So, Glenn, he viewed Vindman looking at it as a demand that he had no choice. Does that speak more to extortion? Does it matter? Are we playing games that were too much by saying extortion versus bribery here? Or what do you think?
Yeah, it's actually both extortion and bribery. And some people say, well, how can one act constitute two different crimes?
Mm-hmm.
If I go up to somebody on the street and I punch them and I take their wallet, I've committed an assault. I've committed a robbery because I've taken something from somebody's possession by force or violence, and I've committed a theft. There's 3 crimes with one act.
Mm-hmm.
The elements of extortion and bribery are very similar. Bribery really involves more public officials. Extortion doesn't necessarily have to involve a public official. Extortion can just be, give me $1,000 or I'm going to torch your car.
Right.
But this was both bribery and extortion.
Good.
Now, because bribery is one of the big 4 in the Constitution, right? Treason, bribery, high crimes, and misdemeanors. I think it makes the most sense to call it bribery, but it is equally an extortion. Vindman, when you're in the military, it is really, really tough to call out or to turn in your superior. It's really counterintuitive. It cuts against, I was an Army officer for 6.5 years. It kind of cuts against the chain of command, but you're required to do it. So I think Vindman was extraordinarily brave when he heard that phone call and he knew it was wrong and dirty all day long. He immediately reported it up the chain, and he reported up the chain sort of implicating, outing, turning in the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. I mean, that's not easy to do. How easy would it have been for Vindman to bury his head, forget about it, ignore it, and go about his business? But that's not what a Lieutenant Colonel Vindman is about. So I have nothing but respect and admiration for the difficult decision he made.